Hello, Cherie Hansen here. Obviously, I've been to the hairdresser today. My hairdresser, Leslie, does an amazing job. I always feel like she's coming along and erasing 10 years off of my aura. Here, there you go. Now you're all charged up again. After the hairdresser, I went to the women's shelter thrift store and I found this. Isn't that beautiful? What I like about it is that it says simply blessed, which to me means a great deal. It's to live simply, to keep your focus simply, not on everything, to be in a place where you slow down and live in the now. And when you can do that, that's when you really feel blessed. You don't need fancy schmancy. You don't need to have a whole Mardi Gras carnival of wonderfulness, and you don't need fantastic amounts of money flowing in. You're just to a place where you just look around you and you say, wow, look at what I've got. Look what the universe has given me. It has come to me. And when I was talking with Leslie, we always have very deep conversations because she's on the path to understanding herself as well. I don't have trivial conversations anymore. Everybody I meet and talk to, it's about, well, how's your soul? How's your spirit? How's your energy? What's your vibe looking like? Are your chakras all working full out? It's a whole new world. I'll just sing that song for you. So I was looking at Viktor Frankl on TikTok today, and he was talking about having a sense of purpose. How if you're on the face of the earth and you don't know what your purpose is, it makes it very difficult to have a satisfying life. But once you find your purpose, you're in a place where you go, oh, okay, so my purpose is to grow. My purpose is to learn. My purpose is to help other people. All right, I'm doing that. Good. So you feel more just, on the path. It's okay. Even if you're stupid and stumble and do unwise things, ungraceful things, you say, well, that was a lesson. And then we both had seen things today, and I came to tell her about an idea that came to me, and it was bare-knuckled compassion. That just dropped down when I was meditating today. How are you when you go out the door into the world or on the internet or when you're talking to someone on the phone? How are you moving through the world? And what I felt called to at this point, it's something like what happened in 2015 when I was a witness to, in over 60 minutes, 88 people being killed by terrorists and the terrorists blowing themselves up. And when you go through something like that, and your commitment is total. Like, I know who I want to be. I want to be someone who is compassionate. I'm not going to be angry or wish somebody else to be hurt or punished or avenged or handicapped. That's not the way we go about it. And then what popped up in my memory was the time I was at the Vancouver manuscript intensive. I'd been juried in and was working on my book, Walking the Streets of Blood. And there was a poster on a street light, and it said, Batman Jesus. And I went, yes, I get it now. Batman Jesus, Bareknuckle Compassion, cage fight concern and caring for other people. You cannot knock me off of my path. You cannot make me go into a state where I wish ill to other people. You cannot get me into a place where I want to see anyone else suffer, have terrible experiences. And that comes down to the smallest point, and the smallest point of all where we can get a grip on that is competition. Because if we're in a world where the controllers, the corporate puppet masters, are pulling our strings and telling us that if someone else does well or is healthy or gets published. Let's go to my ego problem. They win prizes, they get published, and what is my reaction to that? If it is jealousy, then I'm not a good practitioner of compassion. I am not someone who is moving in the world in love and is thrilled to see someone else grow, get healthier, achieve their dreams. None of that makes me feel as if something has been taken away from me, because it hasn't. There is an infinite supply of love. There is an infinite supply of good things. Even on the face of the earth, we have artificially created starvation, when in fact the economic studies and the agronomic studies all prove that there is enough food on the face of the earth to feed everyone. So we get into the scarcity mindset, and the scarcity mindset makes us tense and angry. And then we put up all our bunkers and put on our armor, and we look out at other people and we see everything that they get, or every gift, everything that shows that they're growing, as somehow a challenge to ourselves. And if you cannot get into the cage with the ego opponent and refuse to get into hatred or anger or competition, then you are a bare knuckle cage fight compassion master. And it takes 1,000 changes a day, 1,000 changes. Change your mind, change your idea, change your reaction. What am I feeling right now? Oh, you got more flowers on your bush in your yard than I did. It's actually laughable to think that somebody else achieving something takes it away from you. The universe is not a hunk of cheese. I used to say this to my students all the time. Oh, he got an A. And I go like, the universe isn't a hunk of cheese. They didn't get the only A in the entire universe. Like everybody in this room could get an A. It's not like that. It's not about scarcity. And it's not about how I can feel better if other people suffer, or I can feel better if other people are receiving my anger or my jealousy or my frustration. All that does is bring us all down into the mud together, and it's a horrific way to live. So it came to me today, the goal for people who are practicing mindfulness and who are watching the world and are moving through the world is see yourself as a bare-knuckle champion for compassion so that you can be radiating love and light, and it brings up the vibration for everybody. Everybody benefits because we're a lighthouse in the dark. Come on, join me, be a lighthouse. And just the rocks are in your mind, right? If your ship is crashing on the rocks, those rocks are the rocks in your mind. So I just wanted to take you through my journey. You may need to drink a glass of coconut water now and rehydrate after you go through my thinking process. I should really warn you before I do that. I am teaching a class called Meeting Your Ego, which will be in my house on January 5th. They're phenomenal classes because they really teach you how your particular ego keeps you trapped and small and afraid, as opposed to, you don't have the same ego as everybody else. And when you're in a group, you get to see that. The other thing that is happening is I am teaching the courses that have to do with your past, what you inherited, your family trauma, your DNA imprinting, and then going into the present. What do you think of yourself? Hello, self. Like, you're so foible-ridden and wrong. It's just, I don't know if I even like you. And get to a place where you start to understand that you really can fall in love with yourself. And I don't mean that in a movie star, phony, shallow way. It's just a way of having so much gratitude. And for me, in my life, I am so grateful about what a bonehead I've been. Let's just learn a bunch of stuff, but we're going to be really bad at it. So finally get to the place where you're going like, oh God. I think of like somebody, an infant in a backpack, and their mother is like slamming them against the walls of a low overhanging cave or something. I'm just like, please stop it. And as I look at myself in the past, I'm going, man, I suppose it was necessary, but why was it so necessary for me? So do get a hold of me. My channel is just Jim Dandy. It's very clear. It's always right. And I can help you draw up a contract with your most important person in your life, which is you. Thank you so much. I'm so appreciative of you stopping, looking at my video, liking it, subscribing. And if you know someone that can benefit from some of the messages I'm receiving, and it's pretty heavy duty right now, just share it with them. Thank you.